Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off the Bench. My name is Jackson. Today we're going to be bringing you episode 2 of our Sacramento State Dynasty Series on College Football 26. I unfortunately recorded the first part of this, and the microphone audio was really bad, so we're trying this again. Didn't really do anything, which is good. There were no positions to really change with this roster, but what we did discover that I want to show you guys now, if I can even find the... I can't look at the roster right now. Anyways, we'll look at training results. This roster is god-awful. Some decent progression here. This is something that I'm finding out for the first time is the actual training results. Ontario Smith Jr., that's a good player right there, but everyone else is just horrible. Jeremiah Hasley, good transfer for us. Some of these guys are new. This is, not very good. This is not going to be a good team. It's going to be tough to find anyone we can beat, honestly. Couple good players on defense, it appears. Our punter's good, but yeah, this is really bad. It's going to be real hard to compete with any of these teams at the bottom of the FBS, but we're going to try our best. If you can see, we're ranked number 119 up here above me here. There's very few schools. UC Davis is ranked lower, Northern Illinois, App State, and the University of Ohio. We're behind UMass and Delaware and Army. I mean, this is bad. I wouldn't expect Wyoming to be so low. They have some exports to the NFL, but I mean, I know they're not that great. But we're surrounded by just the worst teams in FBS. So we're gonna see what we can do here. We're not gonna change conferences. That's not what we're gonna do. See which transfers we can encourage. I don't even know if I want to do that, though, because there's not really any of these guys that, like, I don't know, like, we kind of need everyone, frankly. There's a few guys, like, yeah, I'll get Cardell Williams out of here, but, I mean, honestly, there's really not, there's not much going for us here, but it's really no problem. We'll figure it out. Again, I think the biggest challenge in the beginning here, more beyond just recruiting, is keeping guys on the team as they develop. There's going to be deal breakers that are going to be hard to overcome, but that's the challenge of this series. That's the point of this. The point of this challenge as a whole is to build this program up and getting to the point of like contention for anything. Playoff spots, all that. It's going to be a serious challenge, but that is the point. That's why we're here. All right, so we're going to take a look at the schedule here. There's a few schools on here I don't want anything to do with. Ohio State, Tennessee, Washington, all those can go. We're gonna just face low-level teams and see if we can get any wins, because 3-9 was not a good start, but we played a couple of tough teams. So I'm going to get Ohio State the hell out of here. We're going to play UC Davis. Got to keep the rivalry going. I just don't... Ranked teams, I don't want anything to do with. I know we're not going to get a good ranking because of that, but that's not what we're after at this moment, in all honesty. We're going to throw Delaware on there, and we're going to switch Washington out for someone low-level. Definitely not 96 Notre Dame. Bowling Green's an option. Navy, Tulsa, Troy. We'll throw the Navy in there. And we're just gonna keep this the way it is. I think Utah State's fine. We'll figure that one out. But yeah, the rest of these, I want winnable games so we can attempt to get some prospects to come here and a couple of people to stay beyond this year. I think that's going to be our best bet. So we're just going to stick with easy to win games for the first season. We'll try and ramp it up year by year, but we'll just kind of see. So the next thing we're going to hop into here is the new recruiting. So I'm gonna check out some of these prospects, see which ones are gettable, and I'll report to you guys with the ones we're gonna be going after this year. All right, so we're gonna start off with 29 targets and scholarships and all that to start off this year. It's not gonna end up with that number, especially with how we're gonna have to budget the hours and all that. But anyways, what I've discovered was that there's a surprising amount of 3-stars with interest in us. We got QBs, we got running backs, there's a couple of receivers here. I was going to favorite my favorite prospects, but that isn't working for me for some reason. The double tapping to favorite them isn't, so that's fine. We don't need it anyways. But what I was thinking about as I was going through these guys is it's nice to have a season under our belt because we know what positions we really need to upgrade at this point. And I think that's tackle. I think that's edge rusher. I think that's receiver. And I think that's secondary. We could also use a kicker. There's one kicker in here that I threw in. But those are the main positions, and those are some of the most important positions in ball, tackle, edge. Those are tough. So we're going to see what we can do as far as getting those. There's a couple that we can obviously upgrade, like running back or even quarterback if that 3-star doesn't work out from last year. We need insurance policies because our rookies, so to speak, are all of our freshmen coming from high school. None of them started off real good, so we got to kind of just, hope that they develop well, but if they don't, we need insurance policies. So that's going to be what this is focusing on, is those positions that are remaining horrible. We got to just give them a shot and, see if we can get any of these guys to show. But there's 3 stars with good interest in us, so that's kind of a good sign. So we're going to keep it going on there, and I'll keep you guys posted on how these guys progress as far as their interest. All right, so we're in week 3 now. It's been a rough start to the season. We lost to the FCS team, and we lost to Utah State. So we're 0-2, but we have UC Davis up next, who is our rival, so hopefully we can win that game. But what I wanted to share is that we actually have a guy already on a visit. I'm about to send this guy. Proximity to home is a good one for him. Again, that one doesn't make a ton of sense because I think it still thinks that we're Kent State. Whatever. But anyways, what I was going to say is we're doing pretty well with the scouting, as you can see with our progress. We're looking pretty good here. We're in good shape for most of these guys. It helps that because of their star ratings, a lot of them don't have a ton of offers, so we're able to just kind of get ahead in the early goings there because we offered scholarships. So we're going to just kind of throw these hours in the way we can, but it's looking pretty good so far, which is nice. So you guys are going to be with me here for this simulation of this week to see if we beat Davis or not. I sure hope so. Shout out UC Davis. I live in Davis and everything, but nah. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, we're leading in those guys, which is nice. However, did we win any games? We did not. We lost to Davis. We are now ranked number 127 in the country. So that's not good. The fact Oregon State is an F-rated program, what in the world is going on? Wow, they stick out like a sore thumb in all these teams. Wow. All these teams suck. Western Kentucky's okay too, and they're an F. That is insane. I cannot believe that. F-rated program. I mean, maybe it's just because they started 0-3 or something, but, that's insane. I actually can't believe that. Whatever the opposite of a shoutout is, give that to Oregon State, because, wow. We got UL Monroe next. I don't know if that's going to go any better. I'm starting to think that it may become a big surprise if we win any games this year. I hope it's not that dire, but it may end up getting to that point, so we'll have to see. Things are finally turning around for us. We got our first recruit. It's 3-star receiver Austin Vilma from Clovis, California, staying in state, heading to Sacramento. Again, the game does not think we're in California, but whatever. Anyways, got a 3-star receiver. It's always good to see. We're getting locked out and out committed. We're in recruitment battles with both of these guys that we just lost, unfortunately. So I'll see if I can snipe some guys at the end of this recruiting window, and if not, we can always use the transfer portal. But we're leading on a lot of guys right now, which is good. We are 3-9. We ended up winning 2 more games, which is nice, but it's tough. Some of these guys we're losing out on because of our record, which is to be expected, but it was nice to get a couple. And it's nice to get our first recruit, and he was on my favorites list anyways, Austin Vilma. Really excited to see him play. Small receiver, but he's a route runner, so hopefully that'll help out our QB, whoever that may be down the line. There's a few of these guys. Yeah, the fullback, we're back in. His deal breaker went up. So he does have a couple other offers at this point, San Jose State, Oregon State. We're the only one with him on a visit, so hopefully that'll change things a little bit. But, we're going to try and get more of these guys to commit. We'll take these guys off that are no longer available. It's unfortunate, but it happens. I'll add another edge rusher just because we are going to need it. We absolutely will need it. So it sucks that we missed out on that one, but it's okay at the same time. We'll figure things out. This guy doesn't have any offers from these people. We'll add Bryce Smith to our list. offer him a scholarship. We are 7 on his list. So that's cool. There are some of these hours. He might commit like soon because he has no other offers from these teams. But it's looking good. Oakland, stay in state as well. Not very far from home at all. Very close drive. Yeah, some of these guys we got to make sure we don't fully lose out on. I'm going to send 25 to this guy. I'll give him the rest of what I got for the most part because I want him. I want this kicker badly. Minnesota came out of nowhere and is about to snipe him from us. I really hope we don't lose out, but we'll see how that goes. We'll throw 5 hours on this QB. Looking like we might get him. Surprising for a 3-star. If he was less than 3, I wouldn't be too surprised with the fact we're the only team with an offer, but looks like we might get another 3-star QB to come in and compete for that job next year, so that's always good. All right, so the off-camera recruiting's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but here's some updates for you guys. We got Jamie Short, 3-star QB, recruited. We officially will have 2 3-star QBs going at it for the job next year. It's pretty awesome. This guy, Bryce Smith, I threw another edge on the list, and it's going pretty well for him. And Jay Verrett we're leading for as well. I'll show you guys the full recruiting list if it's available to me. Jeremiah Smith with an unreal season to win the Heisman Trophy. He's a 99 at this point, so it's expected at that point. So the other thing we're going to do is hire coordinators because I fired both of them. Our offensive coordinator had an F rating and our defensive coordinator had a D-. So we are going to just attempt to get some of these guys over here. Let me see if I can offer him a contract. Offer pending. Okay, we'll see how that goes. I don't know about all that. I don't know if we can get any of these guys. See if that works. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna do it or not. But we're gonna take a look here. I can't adjust hours or anything like that at the moment, so that's okay. But we lost out this receiver. This guy's still deal breaking, but we're the only team that offered him. Unless he can walk on somewhere, I mean, we're kind of his only option. I've been holding out hope, though, that he'd hang on. But here we are. So, yeah, 3-star QB and receiver. It's a nice spot to be in. Yeah, I can't edit these hours, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try, because there's a few of these guys we got to make a final push for and just see what we can do. Out of curiosity, let's see the offers for our coach. Surprised that he has any head coaching offers, but coordinator positions obviously make sense. But we're not doing that. We're keeping Brendan Marion here. We're not going to go to another school. That's not the point. Staff moves. Is there any recaps they can do? Fired, retired. Matt Rule. That sucks. That sucks for Matt Rule. But yeah, this is where we're at now. We're gonna just see how the rest of the recruiting goes. Could be a lot worse, honestly. This is about where we were at last year as far as recruiting, but not too bad. So we're gonna skip ahead to when we potentially get some more guys. Oh wait, we got our offensive coordinator. It's good. Very happy about that. No word. Oh, defensive coordinator too? Bless. All right, we got 2 new coordinators. That could help things a lot. Help maximize our decent players at the very least. So that's cool. Definitely glad about that. I don't know if the recruitment really is affected by those, but we'll see. There's a couple of guys, as you can see on here, that have risk of transfer. Not terribly worried because we have replacements for them lined up, so it's not the end of the world, really. All right, so it looks like Oregon won the Natty against number 6 Auburn, interestingly enough. Good for them, Shout out Oregon. Oregon's a school I tend to always root for. They're just kind of cool. I don't know. But we're going to upgrade coach skills, I think. I think that's what we're going to do right now. It's basically just the recruiting that we're going to adjust because I want to be able to get some of these positions. Sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes. That sounds ridiculously difficult. Don't know if that'll ever happen. The skill trees in college football are kind of whatever. I'm not like a huge fan of them, but all right, here comes the tough part of the season. Got a bunch of players leaving. Kind of expected. A couple of these guys have no persuasion chance, so we're not going to bother on them. Sucks that we're losing Ontario Smith. Sucks that we're losing some of these guys, but we're gonna try and persuade every single one of these guys that is possible. Decide to stay. There we go. That's the only one we get, so that's fine. Is there anyone leaving for the draft? I don't think so. Doesn't appear so. It's okay. It's okay. We will manage without these guys. I'm just hoping that some of our freshmen are going to be good and that our development of the younger guys is going to be better. We got Junior Mon, 2-star safety out of Miami, Florida. Look at that. Love to see that. Another commitment. That one there was really no competition for, which is fine. But hey, more bodies to fill this roster. It's always good. Draft results, I'm not expecting anything. No one, of course, you know, somewhat realistic for Sac State. But here we are. Now we can reallocate our hours because the transfer portal is now open. Put Mond up there. Looks like that's not going to be changed, so that's kind of a tough spot to be in, but that's okay. Beavers, we are going to send the house for, I believe. Yeah. Because I want him on this team. Same with Tremaine Garrison. I don't think it's incredibly likely that we keep him just based on how close of a race this is, but we're going to, you know, pull out all stops to keep him here. And you know what? I'm actually going to hard sell him. Because we got an A+ and an A- there, and I think that's enough to kind of not fully counteract the F, but we're going to see if it'll help. Probably should. I hope we beat out Toledo for him. I really do. The rest of these guys I'll kind of keep, and now we're going to look in the transfer portal. Whoa. There's some interesting... Gessner's in the transfer portal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We can kind of convince him to stay, though, it looks like. I mean, if there's, like, a better QB that is somewhat interested, then I don't see why not. I mean, yeah, this guy's better. See if I can... Jake the Snake Roberts. WWE Hall of Famer. We're going to see... Yeah, I mean, if we can throw our hat in for some of these top 100 transfer portal guys, I don't see why not. There's no reason not to. This guy maybe is a potential guy we can get. We got third. We're first for a couple of these guys. This is surprising, honestly. Can't say I expected that. No tackles want to join us. That sucks because we need tackles desperately. No guards. No centers. Couple edge rushers. That's good. It's going to be tough to get those guys. I'll throw these two up there because we're fifth. D-tackle. Any of these guys interested? That's going to be tough. I'll go after Timothy Billy, though. Looks doable. This is not a great outlook for most of these guys. We'll stick there for the outside linebackers. Don't think those are particularly doable. I could try and beat out Kentucky for these guys, I think. Kentucky must be in the market for corners because they're in on all of those guys. Zaire Gamble. Could be possible. Might as well throw him on. And a kicker. Let's see where we're at. I will go... Any of these guys have any interest in anyone? Not really. Okay. Nunez. We're going to go for Nunez because he looks like the only one worth a crap. I will offer scholarships to all these guys, and we'll see what we can get out of them. All right, so we just got past week 8. Week 8, I believe. And we got our first win. We're 1-7. The recruiting's going better than expected. I think I just found a good group of guys. Hey, we got a player of the week for the Independents. We found a good group of guys that don't care so much about the record, which is nice. Oh, hey. Offensive and defensive player of the week. That's kind of nice. Yeah, it was honestly really, really hard to believe that we finally won a game. I don't. It's been rough. The fact that we stayed winless through 7 weeks is pretty crazy. So we beat Appalachian State. We actually doubled their points, which is interesting. I'm curious to see these box scores. Not for App State. Yeah, this is Carson Conklin did pretty good. Rushing, we did great. This is a good performance by us. The first one all year, but finally did it. And I'll show you guys where we're at on some of these prospects. It's going okay. I've had to remove some guys I really wanted, and there's a couple of guys we have deal breakers on, but we're still high up for. And I'm hoping we can win a couple more games to get the playing style kind of over the hump for that one. But it's going all right. It really is going all right. As you can see, we're leading for a lot of these guys. I mean, look, if we get 20 guys this class, that'll be nice, because I don't even think we didn't have 20 with the recruiting and transfer portal combined last year. So we're bringing in new blood, and that's what we need right now. But yeah, there's a couple of these, monitoring closely, but a lot of these guys were the only offers on, so that's nice. Doing visits when I can, not always working out. There's a couple of these guys that have just, it's hard to get the persuasion on them, but doing what we can. But I wanted to update you guys that we won our first game, and then we'll see if that translates to getting any more prospects. All right, so it appears that we're getting some commitments here. Damian Beavers from Modesto, 2-star fullback. We got him in. And it looks like, yeah, we'll be in a couple of recruiting battles, but we're in good shape on a lot of these for the transfer portal and for the remaining recruits that we have from high school. Doesn't particularly matter at this moment what class anyone's in. Players are players. We need to fill this roster. We need to get more than 3 wins. It's like we're out on this running back, which means we're probably permanently out, but I'll leave him there just in case, just like this center, because he's got no offers, so why not? I will move Beavers up there. This is close. This is really close. I'm going to throw some extra hours at Tremaine Garrison. Try and get him to stay interested in us, not stay in the school. He's not here already. He's one that I figured we would probably be able to recruit, so we'll have to see if we can get him out of that battle or not. A couple of these other guys from the transfer portal are here. Not loving the spot we're at for most of them. So I'll throw my last 50 at Hunter Andrews, and I will throw 10 on Timothy Gully. And just hope that they like what we got going on. Chances are they don't, but this game is exploitable in that area, and so just gotta hope and pray that people want to come here. And we're still leading on a lot of these guys. It would be nice to get some recruits in here and just have them locked in, but who knows if that'll happen. We got a bit of an uphill battle here as far as convincing people to come to this school. Okay, we're slightly above Toledo for Tremaine Garrison, and Toledo hasn't even offered him a contract. I didn't even notice that. We didn't even offer him. They didn't even offer him a scholarship. He's on a visit. There's no reason we shouldn't get Tremaine Garrison here, honestly. The rest of these guys are just kind of stagnant. We're the only offers on them, which I'm fine with, We can invest our hours into these transfer portal guys instead and hope for the best. But still in a good spot. Really hoping we get another recruit here. Please just commit. We need some commitments, please. There we go. We got Coco Karapatius. That sounds Greek. I don't know. But anyways, he's from Stockton, California, staying real close in Sacramento. Love to see that. Edge rusher. We needed bodies in that edge room badly. We are out on Hunter Andrews, which is surprising. He didn't look like he was ready to commit yet, but he committed to North Texas, it appears. The rest of these guys we are leading on, so that's good. Love to see that. But, another commitment's nice, and, we lost out on another, but we can just reinvest those hours elsewhere. It's no big deal. We got our first transfer portal guy. Love to see that. Move him all the way to the top here as a 2-star. And yeah, I don't know. Don't particularly know. I'm going to throw 50 onto this guy. Because a good D tackle would be a really nice get right now. Stay there with them. Is there anyone I feel like particularly close to getting over here? I'll throw 50 on this kicker and 10 on Bryce Smith because I would like to get him in here. And hope that's enough to get some of them to come to Sacramento, the lovely tourist destination that is Sacramento, California. Got another commitment. It's Tremaine Garrison. We got him. There was no reason we shouldn't have. There was not even an offer from the team we're in a recruitment battle with. So there's Tremaine Garrison. We got another 3-star receiver. Love to see that. We got 3-star quarterback Jake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts from Nashville, Tennessee. Definitely calling him that if he's in here for some of these games. So we got 3 3-star QBs. Or no, 2 because the one from last year went into the portal. So 2 3-star QBs still, but it's one of them is different. Love to see that. 2-star edge rusher Terrence Carden, Clovis, California. 3-star Sam linebacker Chandavian Bradley. That's quite a name. Kansas City, Missouri. Love to see that. Cornerback Micah McCarroll from Alabama. 3-star. We got running back Benjamin Conklin from Millbrae, California. That's a guy I thought we were out on. Oh, so wait, maybe we'll get that center. Receiver Jay Verrett out of Hoover, Alabama. Tight end Kevin Shoei out of Modesto, California. Tackle Zach McFoy out of Livermore, California. We're getting a lot of California guys. Enrique Fajardo, center out of Grapevine, Texas. I was right. I was right to stick with the deal breaker because they had no offers. Both of the guys ended up committing. Very happy about that. 3-star edge Jeremy Odom from Fresno. Love to see that. Will linebacker 3-star Niles Merrill out of Florida. We got Mike linebacker Terrence McLean out of Sarasota, Florida, 3-star. 3-star corner Teddy Burton out of West Virginia. Edge Bryce Smith out of Oakland. Love to see that. Our kicker Jose Scioli seemed like the best available. We lost out on that one kicker, but we still got a 3-star kicker after all, which is nice. We got 3-star D-tackle Timothy Gully, Pensacola. 3-star running back Khalil Valentine. 2-star kicker James Nunez. 3-star wide receiver Chris Lawson Jr. And that is it. That is a ton of recruits and transfer portal guys. Looks like we're in a battle for the last guy. Probably the last guy on our board, honestly. But love filling out the roster that much. I am so happy about that. Let's see. Is there anyone? I believe there was someone left. Gamble ended up recruiting to South Carolina. Is that it? Looks like that was it. No problems with that. And we're going to see if there's any position changes we need. But other than that, we're going to probably end this episode off here. Which we're in a great spot. Honestly, I'm so much happier with this recruiting class than last year's. Khalil Valentine's an 84. Oh, that's going to be so good for next year. Are you kidding me? Jake Roberts is a 71. We'll see how much he goes up. Same with Jamie Short. See if he goes up at all. That's incredible. I don't know. I don't particularly love. Ooh, 55 for Kevin Shoei. We might be a little stuck at the tight end position here. O-line's not looking great. Edge room's okay. Gully was only a 70, but that's okay. Again, we still have to see like the progression for them. Tavion Bennett sticking around is really clutch. We love that. Mike Taylor, Jordan Underwood. This is a good linebacker room. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Nunez is an 81. We don't have a punter, so maybe I'll move Scioli to punter. That's what we'll do for now, because we lost our punter to a transfer or graduating or something like that. This guy has star though. What's going on here? That's weird. Anyways, any athletes here? Benjamin Conklin. We're gonna move him to running back because he is a running back. It looks like that's gonna be it. Is Jamie Short better at any other position? They don't, doesn't want to change, which is fine. Any of these guys going to be better? Speedster. Jermaine Garrison be better at running back. Looks like he doesn't want to change, which is fine. I think we'll stick with what we got. We're going to look at the progression real quick, and then we will call it a day for this episode. Hope you guys have been enjoying this one. We're going to finally get into some games this year, I think. With that 84 overall running back, I think I'm more interested in playing games than ever, and I think we have a chance against some of these lower schools. I will definitely be taking the same approach. Motivator unlocked. Sweet. Perfect. I'll definitely take the same approach with like a low-level schedule, just giving us the opportunity to potentially get a better record. I think that's more important than ranking at this point. So training results. Let's see what our upgrades are. Quarterbacks, Joey Cook is a 71, Jake Roberts a 72. We'll see how that goes. I think we'll probably play both of them at different points. Valentine's actually up to an 86 at this point. Savion Red is a 76. Denton Freeman is a 67 overall, not too bad. Receiving core is more manageable. Okay, we got +4, +5, +11, and +10. This is usable, all right? Like before, they were just like absolute bottom of the barrel, like not even... If college teams had practice squads, those guys probably weren't making the practice squads. But now they're doable, okay? We can do this, I think. Tariq Williams looks okay. Okay, Justin Davis in his senior redshirt year, I mean, 78. Can't really sneeze at that. 77 for Kovac. Devin Magnum's up to a 69. I was hoping he'd be a little higher. It's whatever. No big deal. Sam Leo's up to a 75. Any other notable ones? Bennett's up to 84. 80 for Mike Taylor. Okay, corners are looking okay too. 83 for Nunez. Punter is a freshman, so that doesn't really matter. I'm liking these upgrades. I think, yeah, we will definitely be playing some games in the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. You know, we're starting to turn this team around, and I think it's going to be much more noticeable in the future here with our recruitment for the next year and in the gameplay and everything. I think our record should hopefully, fingers crossed, be a lot better for next season. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.